time to ask a few questions. Thank you. You can actually take the microphone. Is that okay?
My check 1, 2. That's right.
Respect.
Yeah. Thank you very much. These are rather interesting questions. Why? When are you joining the bar? When am I going for the bar course? Friends, I'm a problem person. Embarrassing, but because of my circumstances, it's actually interesting to mention that while others studied the law degree for 4 years, I studied it for 7 years. Because for 7 years, I'm in 2 universities because of the political situation that you see in Uganda, in and out of the classroom, in and out of prison. And the situation has not changed. I'm thankful that I was able to accomplish this, and it's my desire to become a real lawyer, because I know that a lawyer that has not done the bar course is like the horse with a broken back. So I am aware there is something missing. However, there's more important work that we are doing. Guys, we are removing a dictator. And when that is done, when time allows, I'll definitely go back, and I'll be very proud to join the bar then. About overstaying power. For clarity, I don't believe in overstaying power. General Museveni said it, and I agree with him, that the problem with Uganda, in particular, and African general, and the leaders are overstaying power. It's not written anywhere that, a leader should stay and stay and stay and stay. If a leader does not inspire other leaders to come and take over from that leader, then that leader has failed. So I don't believe in overstaying power. I know that majority, if not all leaders, say exactly what I'm saying before they get into power. General Museveni was saying exactly what I'm saying, only more eloquent, when he was my age. But it's the same person that does not want to be reminded of what he said when he was my age. I know that. So, knowing that, I also know that good leaders are not born out of their own hearts, are born out of the situation. So, it's the reason why we started the People Power movement, because our power is with the people. And also, it's our desire to inspire as many new and young leaders as possible, so that they are available to replace us. But also, we believe mainly in institutions that outlive human greed and human weaknesses. I don't want to be the all-knowing guy, the big boss, the big daddy, the strong man. That syndrome we must demystify, we must destroy, and we must flush in the dustbins of history. So I believe that leaders should come, and leaders should go and give way to other leaders. You mentioned about MPs that have overstayed in position. Run against them. When I saw that Museveni had overstayed in power, I did not just sit on the periphery to complain. I showed up, cut off my dreads, put on a tie, and I took on the guy and defeated him. And now we want to defeat him again. So don't just think from the periphery. Step up and present yourself. Not just for the sake of challenging the guy that overstayed in power, but present new ideas, present new options, convince people. Majority of us are young people. So why don't you show up and present your options, and people will believe in you, and we shall move on. And finally, Shafiq said many people are losing hope. And what's the message? Bro, freedom comes to those who fight, not to those who cry or give up. The more you cry, the more your people continue to die, and after the death of your people, you're the next to die. So rise to the occasion and do what you must do. You know, giving up is not an option in this situation. And it even depresses me to listen to a young person giving up. You're giving up on a guy who is 84, and you're giving up. The people that are ruling over us have already gone past their future is behind them. You're in your 20s, your 30s, and you're giving up. Come on, man. There's a lot of time for us to be there, and that time will either be a time of suffering or a time of enjoyment. It depends on what we do now. There's no time of giving up. There's no time for giving up. Get up, let's fold our sleeves, and do what we must do to prepare a country that we shall grow old in, and a country where we shall raise our children. That's my answer to you. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. Were has gotten his answer. Bro, we have to fight together. Yeah, respect. We have a question from a gentleman here.
Yes, Mr. President, I'm called Seba. Mr. President, I work with one of you newspaper. Then I'm going to ask mine in Luganda because we write for Luganda readers. Seba President, ngakaluka bija ali muka akagwa. President Chineyo bagamba nti wagamba nti n'omwaka tegujja kuwera nga ndashemalira tonnamujja muyinza. Ne otulukidde olwaleero nga ndashemalira akyali entebe mu ntebe. Entebe yo akyagirimu. President gamba bannayuganda n'abavubuka abakkiririzaamu ennyo bukodyo ki bw'ogenda okukozesa okulaba nga nakyemalira aba mu ntebe yo oba ogenda kumulinda afe bufu Katonda amulinde mu ntebe.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Chiseka. Mr. President, we would like to request that we have a round of questions because we have been informed that your schedule is already tight. We shall allow a few more questions, not so many. Then we can run the schedule faster than now. The President has been with us for a while now. Let's run our questions so fast.
Thank you. My name is Jerry Pandera. I am a journalist with Daily Monitor. I think this is the best forum for me to raise this question. So, President of NUP and your panel, we have heard from you several times saying you've taken different channels of addressing injustice in Uganda, including going to the South African Court of Justice and at some point the ICC about the injustices here. Well, your party still lingers around looking for about 18 people whose whereabouts have never been seen today. Maybe 5 years ago until today. What are the other channels you're doing to bring hope to the families of these 18 people?
Thank you so much.
Because we've always used the justice system. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. We request that you just take those questions. There's one behind, please. Around 2 over there.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. My name is Moen Ibrahim. And like you, I have got my law degree in my 40s. You said here that during times of injustice, neutrality is complicity. But it is also true that in history, we have never had a community of only brave men. You have called upon lawyers to take the challenge and lead the struggle for change. What message do you have for those who have vestiges of cowardice?
Thank you. Next question. We're running out of time. Mr. President, I hope that is sufficient. You taking that? Thank you. I'm sorry.
Mr. President, Magom Ivan, aka People's Advocate is my name. Mr. President, with due respect to all questions asked to you because you're the head of state, but I want to be inclined to the theme of today about lawyers. Mr. President, just like you said, it took you 7 years to complete your law degree, but I want to tell you that it may take you 14 years to get your practicing certificate. I want to use this platform to bang the table to inform you to charge the people